question is going to be using the double angle formulas, and I have them listed for you in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. If you want to take a few seconds, go ahead and pause this video so you can jot down those formulas so that you have them to work with. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this question. We're given information about cosine of theta. We know that it's a negative 2/5. And we're given information about our angle theta. It's between pi and 3 pi over 2. So that means we're going to be drawing our triangle in quadrant 3. So let's go ahead and draw our triangle first. And we can go ahead and label the information that we have. We have the adjacent side, which I'm going to call as negative 2. And our hypotenuse is going to be a 5. So make sure you have that negative sign with your adjacent side, and you can go ahead and pause the video one more time. Go ahead and calculate out your last side length to our triangle. Hopefully you ended up with radical 21 as your answer. Keep in mind that this sits on the negative y-axis portion, so it should be a negative value when you put it on your triangle. Now let's go ahead and take a look at part A. Okay, we're being asked to find sine of 2 theta. Well, if we take a look at our formulas down here on the bottom right hand side, sine of 2 theta is going to be equal to 2 times sine of theta times cosine of theta. And you're going to be able to pull this information directly from your triangle. Right? Sine of theta is your opposite side over your hypotenuse. So our opposite side is the negative radical 21. Our hypotenuse is 5. We're going to keep this 2 that was out in front. And cosine of theta, you can either get it off the triangle itself, or keep in mind it was given to you in this problem. It's a negative 2/5. And now we can go ahead and multiply this out to get our final answer here. When we multiply our denominator, 5 times 5 is going to give us 25. And on top, the 2 negatives will make this a positive answer. And 2 times 2 is 4. And we still have the times radical 21. Now, this we cannot reduce, so we'll want to leave this as our final answer for this part of the question. Let's go ahead and take a look at part B. We want to find cosine of 2 theta, and you'll notice down here with our formulas, you actually have 3 different formulas for cosine of 2 theta. Now, my suggestion would be to pick whichever one's going to be the easiest one for you to use based on the information that you have. Obviously, you could pick any of the 3. They're all going to get you the same answer. But as I take a look at the information that I was given information about cosine of theta. They told me that that was a negative 2/5. And just to prevent myself from making any additional errors, I'm actually going to go ahead and select this very last equation because it only has cosine of theta in there, and that's already information I have. If I pick one of the other 2, I would have to use sine of theta, and if for some reason I made a mistake in my triangle, right, that means I would also make a mistake using this formula if I already had an error somewhere else. So let's go ahead and use 2 times cosine squared theta minus 1. Keep in mind the cosine squared theta is the same thing as saying cosine of theta, that whole thing squared. Those are the exact same things. And let's go ahead and replace this with the information that we have. We know cosine of theta is a negative 2/5. So we'll square that. Make sure you're taking into account your order of operations here. When you do the negative 2/5 squared, right, that's the same thing as saying negative 2/5 times -2/5. Right, I have this 2 out in front, and we'll be subtracting 1 at the end. So let's go ahead and do our multiplication step here. 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give us an 8. The negatives multiplied together will give us a positive. And 5 times 5 on the bottom is going to give us 25. And then we can go ahead and subtract 1. If you want to rewrite this as 8/25 minus 25/25, you can do that, or you can just use your calculator. So we should end up with a final answer here of -17 on top and 25 on the bottom as our exact value.